but I think you have to sit back and say, what does my enterprise really need? And then go find something to address that. And I think unless you were pretty special or specialized, that there are a lot of systems out there that will suit your needs, and especially if you go to one like GP.
Now going back to your question, kind of my most recent implementation, what was the pain point that really caused the company to make the decision, hey, we really need to look for new technology moving forward. Software just didn't have the tools to be able to do that in the interfaces. We're having to do a lot of batch uploads and everything else. So the technology stack we needed to upgrade, but really the integration was the driving point for us, and we had a lot of other systems from our CRM systems we needed real-time integration. So that's why we decided to take the step and look for a new system. There are a lot of different resources out there. Obviously, we went to Gartner reports, looking at the Magic Quadrant for Gartner. Another good one is ERP.com, and the accounting library is another one that we used. So we pulled in a long list of 8 to 10. Then we basically went through our high-level requirements, looked at those, and were able to eliminate real quickly, get down to a list of about 5. And then from that on, then we went into the full detail. We went through the full scope and evaluation of all of those.
Including demos and use cases.
Yeah, demo use cases. And one of the key things that we did, I think, is important for any implementation that you do is first you need to start and understand what your business processes. Yeah, I think that's a key point. I mean, implementing technology, that's not always the difficult thing in doing an ERP implementation. For those of you who are getting ready to start one, it's really around the people and the processes that are the things that you find your most challenges in having the buy-in on there. I mean, the technology is usually not your difficult pain points. Because if you don't have that, that's usually where a lot of them fail.
Yeah, I think that you mentioned a buy-in from the people, and that you have to start early on and never let off the gas of addressing people's responsibility in this.
And it's always difficult in putting together an ROI case for an ERP system, because there's a lot of subjective factors that go into it, and how do you quantify those? Everybody talks about usability, it's going to be there for the business, and we've talked about integration. How do you quantify all those? I mean, we took a look. Obviously, first we start off, what are the overall implementation costs? What are the software? What's our software and maintenance expense going to be?
Is the cost to your own people and their time? When they show up, you're paying them to be there every hour, and that. The very difficult thing to assess is how many hours of people time are you going to burn up?
To give you a real life example that we went through in the AX implementation, we spent a lot of time in detail requirements. Actually came up, I had over 3,500 detail requirements that were folded into our formal RFP process that went out, that Chris is sitting over there. Chris got to answer all those 3,500 questions for me. A lot of the vendors didn't like it, but it was important because I did all that. We weighted those, and we had a program. We put it all together where we could rank and see where they, did hit 80% of the requirements, 98 to start weeding the ones out. And that was a very key piece for us. We liked the user interface of that, but we actually went with the other vendor, and one of the reasons why was because of the partner. Felt a lot more comfortable with them, and it turned out to work very well. Their subject matter experts knew what they were doing, and they worked very well, and they meshed tightly with the business users.
Yeah, I'll repeat the question. So there's a couple different approaches to implement or selecting, vendor selection. Do you keep it high level and then, eliminate vendors and then go do a deeper dive into just a few? Or do you do the full blown? So,
yeah, I think we touched on that a little bit before. It can be very time consuming. What are the main requirements of the business? The 15, the 20. Go out and look at your vendors, and you're going to quickly eliminate some of those. They're not going to make your 70% Get down to that small list where you're talking about 5 to 6, and that's where you want to spend your time on your detailed requirements and fully go and evaluate the vendors against those. That's what I've found to be most successful and the best use of your time too.
I mean, a key point for me in the selection was looking long term. in that once you settle on several systems that can meet your needs, that, okay, now I've got a system that in 5 years or 2 years or whatever, where is that going to be? And one of the things that I was liking about GP was that it is truly a tried and true system. It's been out there for forever. It has, you can go out tomorrow and probably find a number of people that have touched that system and can help you with it. And that as well, if something happens in your business, it changes a bit, and you need extras for the software, that there are people out there every day writing bolt-on applications for that. So I felt that that would be a very robust system that was going to remain in place and was going to be able to move with the times.